Reichman University.
The Baseline. Stories from the court with Jonathan Reers and Meir Cohen.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 2, Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5, we're rolling them out. We welcome Itay Segev to the studio. Thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you here, someone who represents us on the global stage, and to see your career has been amazing. So just to give you a little background, here we like to take in athletes and talk to them about their journey, how they got to play in Israel, places they've played before. So from your perspective, playing most of your career here, a couple of years in France, but we want to hear your story and how you feel the game has evolved and how all kinds of different things have evolved here in Israel. But first of all, thank you for coming on. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. Excited first podcast in English.
Here we go.
My life, yes. So it's gonna be a cool experience for me too. And let's start.
So I heard that you had when you played for the U18 team, and you definitely had some scouting going on, and I heard that you had some draft interest for the NBA.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to play more outside positions. I used to play the 3, and I caught some interest from the NBA. I have some personal thoughts about it that I think I wasn't mentally strong enough to live up to those expectations. But I think as an athlete, you learn to live not only with your success, you learn to live with your failures. And I think you learn to appreciate what you have than what you don't have, because you can always look at, man, I should have had this and I should have had that. But when you look back and you see what you've accomplished and the way my life is and the people I have in my life, that's the most important thing, and I'm happy for it.
So at what point did you decide that this isn't the route I'm going to do? There's different things that are pulling me to stay in Israel. What were those things pulling you to stay in Israel?
I think I had a scholarship offer from UC Irvine.
California.
In California, yes.
Yeah.
My parents went there to see how it looks. It was in very progressive stages, let's put it this way.
You didn't go with them?
I didn't go. I think I had an offer from Maccabi Tel Aviv to sign a long-term contract. I went for it. But I think, I'm really happy that I did it. Don't get me wrong, but that's the only thing I'm maybe I think I was scared to do it. And not that I didn't want to. I was scared, to jump in that water of the college basketball. And that's an experience I will never have in my life. And that's the only thing I'm kind of this and the army service.
Right.
These are the 2 experiences that I'm man, I'm never gonna have this, and I wonder how it's gonna be like.
Well, you could say playing for Israel was your army service.
Yeah, but as Israelis, the real army service has really special meaning, especially for me. Everybody in my house, my father, mother, and brother were officers. My sister was in the Dover Tzahal. She basically established the old media of the Navy. So all of them did something meaningful to the country. And I think I do too, through the national team and blah, blah, blah. But I think, there is something more in the army, and it's a hole in my heart that will always stay.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, we speak to a lot of athletes who talk to us about the decisions they've made, and everyone taking them down a totally different path. And every place you decide to play, that's 5 places that you chose not to play. So that process is always very interesting. But you said at the beginning that you signed a long-term contract with Maccabi Tel Aviv. So is that very common for young players to sign these large contracts or multi-year contracts?
No, it wasn't common, especially then. It was one of the first times that Maccabi did it, at least that I remember. And teams, lately teams do that more, even smaller teams. They sign young players at age 16, 17. Basically, they sign them throughout the army. And then in the end of the army, I think both sides has an option, because after the army, you got to pay more. because they have some laws, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I did, and I finished my contract. Like I came when I was high school senior. Then I was on a loan for 2 years. I was 1 year in Cholon, 1 year in Gilboa Galil.
Were they in the first division?
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally, I had a good year in Gilboa Galil, but unfortunately we went to second division. And then I came back to Maccabi, my last year of the army. And personally, I had a good season. And then I had, I got the extension, so it was a really exciting moment for me. And then I finished the 2 years, and then I started rolling from there.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You talked about how your sister and brother and father all represented Israel,
And my mother.
and your mother did the army. But I think even now, post October 7th, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that how is it going and traveling and putting on that jersey representing Israel? Like, is there a different feel for it? Are the guys playing for something else now? How do you feel?
Yeah, 7th of October is it's really hard to talk about myself regarding that situation, but I will put it aside and try to talk about myself.
Okay.
We should have played Ness Ziona. We should have played the FIBA Europe Cup last year, also this year, but it's a different story. And we couldn't do it because of October 7th. All the hosting became super expensive and the team couldn't afford it. So I was really actually expecting, because I couldn't participate in the fighting itself and the protection of our country. I used to volunteer. I used to pack food for soldiers, for mefunim, how you call it? How you say it in English?
Evacuated families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I volunteered in a hospital in a while, but I felt this is the least I can do, and I really wanted to play on an international stage after this, because something became a little bit more
Missing.
proud
Proud.
of Israel, of what we represent, of the Jewish people. And I remember the first national team game that we had. It was against Portugal. And it was actually pretty long time after the war started. It was on February.
Right.
And the feeling was amazing. We won, and there wasn't that much hostility over there, but something inside, I think all the players can say it was like big pride to be there, to wear our jersey, to represent what it represents. And to me it was, cannot say an amazing feeling, because you think about everything that happened, the hostages, the soldiers, all the lives lost.
Pride. You feel pride. So what was your emotions when did you first know that the national team wanted you to play for them? So how long ago did that happen? What was your initial reaction and maybe feeling to getting that call, or however it works, to be able to play for the team?
It was when I was, you started under 16, under 18, whatever. At first it's exciting. In 15 you understand, maybe I'm on that level. I'm the top players in Israel. At ages 14, 15, you start to meet with players from other regions. You play against them, you play with them in the national team. And you understand, I started to feel okay, I'm on that level. So it was pretty exciting. And then I think once you make the senior national team, it's the stamp that, okay, I'm there.
You did
I'm really there, yeah. So it started I think I was 21. I had some issues with the national team. I'm not gonna.
Okay, no worries.
Now we're short in time, but it was a big pride. First professionally, then on a let's call it national way. And I think after 7th of October, it kind of changed for me. It became first a national pride, and then professional pride.
Interesting.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So as an Israeli, I think I see things differently. I see my profession differently. I see life differently. I see relationships differently. Everything changed. I know now the influence that I have over people that experience the worst that can happen on 7th of October, and that I can put a smile on their face just because of I'm playing defense, I don't know, shooting the ball, taking a rebound.
Big putback dunk.
Yeah, even the small things, you know? And it's a big privilege that I have, and I try to make the most out of it, and to remember that even if I don't feel well this day, that day, I can put a smile on people's faces, that things that I cannot imagine happen to them, and it's more than enough for me.
Who are you excited to one day watch play for the national team? Young players that you think are going to be amazing?
First we have the kid, Ben Saraf.
Yeah,
My
big
guy.
fans.
We just played together in the last window. Really good kid. To me, it's the first time I'm really meeting him and getting to know him. And I really like him. I think he's a hard worker and extremely talented and athletic. And I think he's gonna surprise everyone. And we got a really good group of up and coming young bloods, let's call it.
Yeah.
We got I don't want to mention too much names, but I think we got a good future in the Israeli national team,
sure.
and we have a lot of stuff to be proud of.
It's really cool because in Israel, most of if not all the national team, they play in Israel, right? Ben Saraf probably going to go to the NBA.
Yeah.
Denny, if he comes in the summer, he's in the NBA. But you have guys who are playing for Maccabi Tel Aviv,
Yeah.
Hapoel Tel Aviv, who has the derby tonight,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big game.
Big game.
And then they put it all to the side to play for Israel,
Yeah,
which is so special.
it is so special. And thing about the national team is like you get to see your friends.
Right.
That's what's special. Like in the last window, you come and you just get to see your friends, and you get to hang out, you get to play together, you get to, like fortunately we won together, but it's always special because you speak Hebrew and the timeouts are in Hebrew and the practices are in Hebrew, and even we have Kadin Carrington who got the passport, but he figures it out. He knows
Already
Hebrew.
has an
It's
Israeli
okay.
name too now, right?
Yeah, Yoshua. we
Yoshua.
put him the name, and he's a great guy, and we're so happy to have him, and he helped us so much. But yeah, that's what's special on national team.
A kid like Ben Saraf, he definitely plays a little bit more different than most Israelis have played in the past. And you've been in this league for a long time. What can you tell us about the difference in play styles in Israel for Israeli players as the league has adapted?
I think like it's something that happened to me too. Like when you grow up as a kid, like you try to earn your minutes through making the right play or playing defense or just making sure you're not making mistakes. And I think what's so special about Ben is that he doesn't really care about it. He just come in and he's hooping, he's taking shots, and he has the confidence, and he makes mistakes, and like he's a real leader. I think like he's not scared to take the last shot, and I think that's what gives him like the uniqueness beyond the abilities and athleticism. I think Danny was like that too. Yam Adar is also like that. So that's special. I think it's gonna help a lot the national team, and but I think that's the uniqueness of Ben and the other guys.
It's awesome.
So talking about games within the Winter League and the scoring, by the way, I didn't at the very beginning. 3-time Winter League champion, 4-time?
Me? No, I have one championship,
Okay.
but I have a lot of cups.
A lot of cups.
Yeah.
Understood. So in the adaptation of the game, as we mentioned before, so have you noticed, or we have as fans kind of going to the games, even 2 or 3 years ago, when we first got to university here, we'd go to the Bnei Herzliya games, and it's higher scoring, faster pace, at least we think watching the game. So you, as someone who's played here for a lot of years, do you feel that since you've joined, it's been a totally different speed? And do you think that's because of people who are coming, or do you think just the style of the game has completely changed?
I think the style of the game has completely changed. Like since I came to the league, the game was slower. Now it became more 3-point oriented, let's call it this way, more running. In Israel, we really like tactics. When I played in France, there's not a lot of tactics. The size of the players is much, much bigger, but there's not a lot of thinking, let's call it this way. Like, it's not a counter
strategy so
much. Not too much. Like, say, okay, that's what we're going to do this game. That's our habits. We're going to go with it. We're going to live or die with it. And in Israel, you kind of, like, you have your rules, but you making adaptations for almost every play of the other team.
It's a chess match.
And I think it's the let's call it the Jewish mind. I think we like, we like to think, we like to use our brains, we like to make tricks. So I think that's the uniqueness of the Israeli league. And the game has for sure became faster. I think a little shorter, but I'm not really sure. Like, players are becoming more, let's say, the same height. Like, the guards are getting a little bigger and the bigs becoming a little smaller.
Interesting.
I think you can see that a little bit in the NBA.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, you don't have, maybe beside Jokic, you don't have like a fat, big man that sits in the paint and runs the game from there. Usually you have like a
athletic
6'9", 6'10" big man. The point guards are now 6'6".
Yeah.
So everything becomes like pretty similar.
It changes. So speaking of players you play with, and maybe this is someone who's relevant to what we're talking about, you're playing with Ryan Terrell. So tell us a little bit about that. Maybe what it was like when he came. We watched him, of course, when he was playing at Yeshiva University, and it was like a great pride to watch us play him, especially wearing the kippah on his head. So from your perspective, I mean, his game is he's a great shooter. So do you think, how has he been playing with the team? How has he adapted coming in? And I'm just looking forward to see how he continues to perform here. But tell us a little bit about playing with him.
First of all, Ryan is a superstar. He's a superstar. He has all the superstar qualities. He's so good with the fans and the kids, and like, I will talk about basketball later, but to me it's something that I really look and I see. I really appreciate that. Like, he knows how to communicate with the fans and with the kids, and it's something that I really appreciate. And basketball wise, of course, great shooter, hard worker. He unfortunately had injury in the first Winter Cup game, and we missed him. And now when he came back, he really, really helps us, making big shots. I think he's learning the game in Europe because it's tough after all your life, basically. Playing in the States, it's a completely different game.
Right.
More tactic, more physical, more, I have to say, more responsible game. Like in the States, you pass half court and you shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
And
especially
in here, like, every game really, really matters, and every possession matters, and you cannot just cross the half court and shoot. And I think Ryan adapts to it really well. He's learning the defenses and the tactics, and I'm really, really happy for him. And I'm really happy that he's on our team. He's a great guy. We talk a lot. I'm really waiting, Ryan, if you're hearing this, I'm really waiting for my yeshiva gear. And that's it. I'm really happy for him.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, watching him play, he was number one option on that team back in university. So he was just get it and shoot, because that was always the best opportunity for him. He was putting up amazing numbers.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting.
But it's also the style of the game, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
and
it's the American
how
game.
he's adapting and playing defense and understanding how to play within the European system or the Israeli system. So that's very interesting.
Going back to 10 years ago, you participated in a slam dunk contest.
Ooh, yeah, I did.
We want to hear about that.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
Okay, so you want to hear about the first one or the second one? Because I will start with the first one. I was being asked to participate. I was 18 years old. I went there. It was in Beersheba. It was the initiation ceremony of the new gym. And I went there. I was sick. I had like 38.5 Celsius. Like, I was really, really sick. But I said, I'm not giving up on that opportunity. So I went, and I think I did some nice dunks. It was okay, but Tyler Honeycutt, rest in peace, he dunked over 4 people in the early stage, or 5 people. It made it to Sports Center.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. I wanted to run away to the toilet after I saw it. And then in the finals, I did some bullshit dunk. Sorry for the language.
No, it's okay.
And he tried like 3 times to dunk 360 between the legs. 3 times. He didn't make it. And he said, okay, give it to the kid.
So you won
And
it.
that's how I won.
There you go.
That's how I won. And then the next season, I didn't want to participate, but I was elected to the All-Star game. And in the morning of the game, the league manager told me, like, listen, I have only 3 guys. I have to have you, man. Nobody wants to come, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, like, you won last year. We really need you. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And I was on a great time in my season. It was like my breakout year in Gilboa Galil. And I dunked. I think I did like a double clutch backwards, something like that. And I felt something in my finger.
Mm.
And then I said, okay, I'm going to do something really normal and then see what's up. So I dunked. And then I looked at my finger. I see it like this.
Ooh.
And I told the doctor, the physiotherapist, something. I said, listen, I think I parakti, like
Like broke it? Or
no,
dislocated?
not broke it, dislocated, yes.
Yeah.
I dislocated my finger, and he takes it and said, no, it's in place. Then I went to see a doctor. He does this. And I was like, ah! He's like, okay, you broke it. Go to hospital. I was like, what? No way.
It's such an
no
Israeli way of doing it.
No way. I had a surgery. I have 7 screws and like a metal plate until now. And I was out for 6 weeks. It was...
So no more slam dunk contest.
No more slam dunk. And since then, they hand out rewards in Israel for slam dunk contest.
Oh, so you didn't get your cup? Oh.
That's terrible.
No,
Robbed you.
I got a cup, and I also got an iPad, which they gave it to me, and they said, okay, you donate it to kids. And I was like, okay. I was 18. I really wanted an iPad, but good for the kids.
Do it for the kids.
Awesome.
That's very funny. Well, my question that I was going to ask was, we see athletes not participating because of injury. So I was going to ask you about the risk. Is it dangerous? But I guess you answered the question.
It is.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun, but we see the best players like Ja Morant said he's not going to participate. He doesn't want to get hurt. So that's,
Ja Morant does a dunk contest just regular season. I don't know if you guys saw, he had a double clutch, just like you said, on Porzingis last night.
That was nice.
That was wild.
So
it's
some other things that you've won. You're very humble, I can tell, but you won the Israeli Most Improved Player. So tell us, maybe, was that just a matter of timing? It was you were getting better, or were there specific things you did on that off season to work on your game that maybe led to that award?
Every summer I work on my game. I think it was both. It was like opportunity and being ready to that opportunity. I think every basketball player, let's say in Israel, I didn't grow up anywhere else. If you stay long enough, you're gonna have an opportunity. The difference is how ready you are, how mentally tough you are to keep working, even though you don't play. You think you deserve it, and it doesn't bring you down. You work harder, and then all of a sudden they throw you a lot. I don't know. Some guy did fouls, some guy had an injury. You find yourself out there, and you're good because you don't think about it. Like you're so used to doing everything 100%, and then you just do it, and you're good. So that's what happened to me. I had it was a year in Maccabi. I had a player on my position that got injured pretty often, and the other guy he was sometimes good, sometimes not good. So it was kind of my way to sneak in, and the coach trusted me and let me play. And
what position were you playing?
Now?
No, in this year.
That year I was like 4 and 5.
Okay.
Now I'm 5. It really depends on the coach. Some coaches like to use me like as a 4 as.
So that year that you won in Maccabi,
I was 4 and 5.
You're 4 and 5, and your point guard was Pargo?
No, my point guard that year was Gal Mekel.
That's a good point guard to have.
Jordan Farmer started the season. Not sure if he finished it.
So
Wow.
do you feel
I can't
like
believe I came to, I mean, the point in my career that I don't remember things. It's
who
crazy.
you're playing with?
Veteran.
But do you feel like as a big, the point guard has a huge aspect to your game.
Yeah,
He adds a lot.
yeah.
You know, like how he facilitates the game,
Mm-hmm.
how he works. So I want to know, who are some notable guys? You've been around the league for a while. Who are some notable guys that you've played with?
Obviously, Gal Mekel, I was with him for
Legend.
2 years. Yes, big legend. Yogev Ochayon. These were my Nimrod Tishman. These were my first point guards. And in Rishon LeZion also Tishman. Then Nahariya I had Dominic Waters. He had a EuroLeague history. He was in Olympiacos, I think. Really, we're still good friends. I really liked him. We were one shot away from winning the state cup. It was like a historical game. It was the last big game before COVID happened. So it was really special. In Jerusalem, I had Noam Dovrat, of course, my guy. Retino Baswan, then Speedy Smith.
Speedy Smith.
My guy, yes.
We love
Yes,
Speedy.
I love him. He's my brother in my heart, man. Really.
That's awesome.
And now I have Kravitz, my guy, my brother,
Kravitz.
Ach Sheli. Yes, Yair Kravitz. Of course, we have Darnell Edge. So they bought my point guards this year.
We were here when Kravitz was in Herzliya. So we were watching him there.
He's the favorite son of Herzliya, Kravitz.
So
When he won the cup. That year or the other
So
year?
we got
year
here a year
After.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask about you, of course, playing from 2012, 2019. You're here in Israel, and then you go play overseas in France for a year. So was it because of the COVID? Was that why you went to France specifically? And what were some of the differences and things you were expecting and not expecting to go play over there?
I can't really say it's because of COVID, but I really wanted to continue where I was in Aria, and it was middle of the season. And they couldn't, we were in talks, to continue to sign for 1-2 more years, whatever. But they couldn't say what's going to be the budget, so they couldn't say what's the money. And then COVID happened, and everything was I couldn't believe we were going to play basketball again. It's a physical game. You have to touch people. You breathe on people, you know?
Right.
So then my agent calls me and said, I have an offer from France. I was like, people are willing to pay me money to play basketball? Hell yeah, I'm going. And then we went there. It was an amazing year for me, but it also was one of the toughest years for me. I got injured for 6 months. Had health things at home. I had COVID lockdown, of course, but that's the year I met my wife. She's Israeli. We met on
Not
Instagram.
French.
Not French, no. So it was a very, and also it was really special. I was in a really special place. I really liked it there. It's called the Gravelines. It's next to Dunkirk, if you know. It's on the northern shore. On a good day, you can see England from there.
Wow. Right across the
So it's a really special place. I really liked it. I like the fans. I like the people. I like the club. But after the health issues at home, I said I couldn't stay away. And since then, I'm in Israel. But who knows?
And besides for the off the court things that you had to deal with, on the court playing basketball in France, what changes did you have? What made it a little bit challenging playing over there?
First of all, I had 3 games until I got injured.
Okay.
So, and the other games was after the injury. It was a really packed schedule because of COVID lockdowns, and
Right.
the games were postponed crazily. So I think the size is much different. All of a sudden, I'm not the most athletic guy on the court. I'm just a player. I have to find different ways to affect the game. So that was a big change. And also, I had an injury in my foot, and when I came back, I couldn't really jump that well. I couldn't run that well because the team were kind of in trouble, and I came back not 100% ready. Let's call it this way. So I had to find ways. And like I tried to look at this year as not a representative year, because I came back from 6 months out.
Right.
So it's like I cannot say, I'm not on that level. It's something that maybe I will try again.
Is this where you became more of a playmaker? Because I don't know about before that, but in the past few years, I've seen highlights of you definitely making a lot of plays from inside and out. And we talked about the 5 assists, 6 assist game that you had.
I cannot call myself a playmaker, but I really try to improve my game to add more offensively to the team. I think on the short roll decisions, because I play a lot of pick and roll as a screener, so I need to be able to make decisions and be a threat from the free throw line area.
Right.
So that's something I work on every summer, and I try to improve my decision making, and I'm happy that it shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great stuff. So we've done a lot here. We've covered a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start to wrap up. But this question I really wanted to ask you, because we obviously speak to a lot of athletes, and every one of them has different injury history. So when you're recovering from a 6-month injury in your foot, what are you going through mentally, especially from someone who's a big man, you play in the paint, you're rebounding, you're dunking?
It was very tough.
How do you work through that injury?
It was very tough. First of all, it was an injury. They told me the injury will be between 2 months and 6 months. You can never know. And always like on the verge of coming back, and then it starts to hurt, so I go back like 3 weeks. Mentally, it was really hard, because you always prepare yourself, okay, maybe next week I'm going to play. And then you find yourself, okay, maybe just next month. Wow. So it's really tough. And like, I cannot say I thought about it too much. I just knew I had to find a way every game. Find a way, make things happen, do the best you can, and then go to the bench. That was my mindset. Like, not to think too ahead, not to think too much backwards. Just focus on the moment and do your best.
Right. Amazing. That's what we...
So we wrap up every podcast with a shot clock. 24 seconds. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions. You can answer with one word and see how many you get.
What's the record we're dealing with now?
I think we're
7?
at 8.
8?
Is it 8?
Record of what?
Every guest, we ask rapid fire questions. Who can give the most answers? And so they don't have to be good answers. So they just have to be answers. So
we're going to throw on 24 seconds. We'll go 2 and 2. And
okay.
Quick answers.
Who holds the record?
Alex Leader. Alex Leader. But he gave us some interesting answers.
He gave us some bullshit answers. So we got to get good ones.
But Amin last week had like 5 or 6.
Yeah, Amin Stevens did well.
So
it's like The Chaser. You know The Chaser?
No.
It's like a TV game show that people are competing against a really smart guy. And like he has a round that he has to answer questions. He has to answer questions as quickly as he can. He's like, yes, no. It's fine.
So you have practice, so you know what to expect.
Yeah, I love game shows. All
right, so this is your chance. This is your chance.
There we go.
Here, so you got 24 seconds.
No, but I want trivia questions. Like questions about myself. It's like it's not a game
Listen,
show.
everyone's gonna they're listening because they want to hear about you.
Season 3, we're gonna have trivia questions.
Okay, fine.
Here we go. Favorite Israeli athlete?
Omri Caspi.
Favorite city in Israel?
Tel Aviv.
Favorite pregame food?
Pasta and tomato sauce and chicken.
If not basketball, what other sport?
Tennis.
Poster dunk or game-winning shot?
Game-winning shot.
Poster of Omri Caspi in your room or poster of Baltimore in your room?
Baltimore, yes, my guy.
There you go.
All right.
Nice, very nice.
Wow,
I
tough
think
questions.
At 6.
Very tough
we
questions.
have to find shorter questions to ask.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
fair.
true.
Very
It's
tough
not
questions.
fair, yeah.
Okay, so
I
good.
like that though. Poster of Baltimore.
I like it. So
There we go.
we're gonna wrap up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was
everyone
awesome.
we have is totally different story, and we were really excited to hear yours. And we very much look forward to watching you on the national team, and just the excitement and the pride that it gives us watching you. I'm sure you feel as well.
Bring us back
Thank
the
you.
gold.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Thank you
guys.
Was everybody? Was it the campus? A lot of people out there.
I took him a secret way so he wouldn't get too many fan action.
It's
It's
To get recognized?
we call it the fashion show. When I used to come here with my friends to hear some lectures when my other friends studied here, and every time the break was like the
Reichman Runway.
the Rachman runway. Exactly.
They have an Instagram account now, like getting the coolest outfits on campus.
No way.
So everybody tries to like wear look
It's
nice.
like the most Reichman thing.